Thanks for joining us for another session of Digital Coats Paint. This morning we're going to review some of the information that was shared on Monday's Ask the Expert session, which was talking about some of the new social media packages and some of the changes that are coming to our dashboard. And also it talked briefly about the Geo Fencing options that we have. So we're going to review this information. Hopefully some of you were able to join that call on Monday. And if not, this will be an overview of it. And we'll, share as much information as we have right now and share further information as it comes along. So our agenda today, we're going to again be talking about the social media package updates. Not a lot of changes to the standard packages we currently have, but there are some changes that are things that have been added on, such as Facebook ads for events. We've added some new LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram options. And so those are things we're going to review with you. And then we're also going to talk about the dashboard updates. There's some changes coming to our dashboards next week that you'll see. And really actually throughout October, there's going to be some additional changes. So we're going to be seeing a new look to the dashboard, and it's going to have some new features and function, which is really awesome. It's really going to help our customers and help us as well. And then Brett's going to go over the intro to Geo Fencing. We're just going to give you guys a broad overview right now. Again, this is something we're working on. It's something that we're still getting some answers and some data back on, but we at least want to share with you the concept and what we're doing with it. So, and then of course, we're going to have it open for discussions and questions. So, Brett, anything to add to this?
Nope, I think you covered it.
Okay. So jumping right into it, so one of the things that we've added now, Geo's adding this to our social media management programs. We're going to have a program called Facebook Ads for Events. Now this is going to have about a $2,000 minimum spend, and it can be up to 2 months, but can be smaller increments. So it could be 2 weeks, it could be 1 month. Et cetera. So it can be smaller than 2 months, but it is up to 2 months. And the biggest part with this is it has to be events that qualify. And those are defined as very specific events like a grand opening or a going out of business sale or a fair or a festival, a single concert. So for this example, like a July 4th sale would not qualify. That's not considered an event. And so with this particular program, like an entertainment venue that has like a series of concerts really would not qualify. And as Geo mentioned in that training on Monday, really that would require something like an ongoing longer term campaign to effectively talk about their full calendar. So that wouldn't be one that qualifies for the Facebook ads for events. So again, with this one, it's a very specific definition for the event. The best thing to do with this is, just like any Geo product, is you want to run an audit to make sure that the spend is adequate, and then also what you're proposing the event, Facebook Ads for Events program for, is actually accurate and would work for that person. So this is a new program for our Facebook advertising programs. Brett, are there any questions? I'm hearing the little question signal. Are there any questions or comments on that? I can't see you because I've got full screen with the...
No.
Okay, terrific. So that's Facebook Ads for Events. We will share collateral as we get it. When I checked yesterday, there wasn't anything added on Wiki yet. But at the end, too, we're going to have a slide here with the new rate card for some of the social media programs. And so we'll share that with you guys at the end of this session as well. Okay. So the next program that was added here for social advertising, we're going to be able to do some advertising on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. Now, with the LinkedIn and Twitter programs, there are a couple different tier packages, and they're on the more expensive side. So you're going to have to, work with a customer that this would really fit for, and of course work with Geo to make sure that there's an adequate budget there. But again, the campaign execution is going to definitely vary by whatever channel you want to reach out with. The minimums for LinkedIn are there's two tiers again. Tier 1 has at least a minimum $3,500 per month spend. Okay, and there's some very specific parameters there with what can be offered in terms of the advertising for LinkedIn. And again, we'll go over that slide in just a minute. with some of the breakdown of some of that information. The tier 2 for LinkedIn, it's actually $12,000 per month, and that's going to require an annual contract. So again, when we get to this slide in the next few things here, we'll go over some of the questions on that. So in terms of Twitter, again, there's a minimum spend of about $3,500 per month. And for Instagram, you're looking at about $5,000 per month. Now, these are things that, again, we're going to have to get Geo's audit and make sure that the budget's there. This also is going to have reporting that is manual. This will not be in the dashboard. So this is something that you'll be getting, if you do this program with the customer, you'll be getting different reports. There'll be manual reports pulled by Geo that you can supply with your customer or supply to your customer. Going back to Instagram and Pinterest, you can actually do some Pinterest content management as well, but that is only for the tier 1 accounts in the social media management program and packages. So this is the Instagram and Pinterest content management is an add-on to the tier 1 account program or packages. Also, you have to submit a rate request for approval from Geo. And this is also a program that reporting is going to be manual. So it's not going to be in the dashboard. Geo would provide reports for you to provide to your customer. Okay. So just kind of breaking those down, here's the new social media marketing rate card. And so far, this is really the only collateral we have from these new programs being launched. And so the top part, the start, climb, and build and grow for Facebook advertising is still the same. You'll see that for LinkedIn options, text ads and supported updates, supported goals for LinkedIn option 1 is branding, website traffic, engagement, and your targeting can be geo, demographic, and keyword/interest targeting. And strategy updates can be every 30 days. The client must also then grant, like Geo, sponsor contact or access as a sponsor contact poster to create the ads that are going to show in the news feed and across all devices. If the client is providing images, they have to be a certain size. All this information is here on this rate card. And again, for LinkedIn option 1, the minimum monthly spend is $3,500, and there is a 30% management fee on that. So for LinkedIn option 2, which is display ads, sponsored in-mail, and lead accelerator, again, you can see here that this is an annual contract. There are no exceptions, and that's very clearly stated on the rate card. And you definitely would want to get Geo involved with this. So it is an annual contract. It is $12,000 minimum with a 30% management fee. Again, we're going to get this information out to you after this session. For Twitter, again, you've got here on the rate card, supported goals are to grow followers, website clicks, website conversions, engagement, and app installs, and also help with lead generation. The targeting, again, you can do geo, demographic, and keyword interest targeting, and you can update your strategy every 30 days. And once it's live, only budget and targeting can be optimized. Creative cannot be updated. So really, it's only your targeting and your budget that can be updated. Creative has to stay the same. For this one, again, it's a minimum of $3,500, and there is a 30% management fee, so we have to keep that in mind and strongly suggest you get Geo and a Geo audit completed before discussing this with the customer. For Instagram, there's a monthly budget of about $5,000 with a 30% management fee. The goals here, again, website clicks, app installs, video views, Facebook events, offers, and email lead capture. Same kind of targeting, geo, demographic, and persona targeting. With Instagram, you can do persona targeting, and you can even do some advanced targeting. Kind of basically the same concept as the Facebook targeting we can do. And you can also do some updates to your campaign every 30 days. So all the guidelines for Instagram are here on the rate card. You guys can go through them all, and we'll be sending this out. And again, we'll share any collateral that comes up on the wiki that Geo shares with us. We'll share that with you guys as soon as we get it.
Hey, Scott.
Yes, sir.
Steve had a question. He said, how can it be an annual contract if it is only for a one-time event. That was for Facebook events.
Yeah, that's Steve. That's a different program. That's actually called Facebook Ads for Events. And so the annual contract is actually for the LinkedIn option too. That's a different program. Once we get information about Facebook events, we'll get that out to you. I just don't have any collateral on that yet. Okay. All right. Brett, you want to take over here with the dashboard? And
Yeah. Go ahead and shut yours down, and I'll bring mine up.
you bet. Thanks. Okay. Should be all there, buddy.
Okay, let me know when you see the screen.
Just showed up.
Okay, one sec. I think this is the last slide right here. We're talking about the dashboard.
Yeah, the last slide was the rate card.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right, so we'll be talking about the dashboard. So the launch is for the new dashboard is October 12th. And so this is going to be the new single source for all the digital data that's coming in. Again, like all the other special social media, new products like LinkedIn and Pinterest and Instagram. Those are going to have separate manual reports, but everything else is going to be coming in through this new Gannett campaign insights. All displays will be live by October 23rd. And we have a white label capability. We'll give you more information on what that means, but I'm thinking that's going to be more about customization on reporting and having integration within your clients and your customers' brands within how we pull reports. This is kind of a snapshot, a little bit of how this is going to look. We're going to have, the columns are going to be here on the left hand instead of at the top. We're going to have break it down by the different products that are there, and it's going to be more just an overview. I think that they're going to have graphs in here. Again, they haven't rolled this out to any of us, but they're just giving us certain screenshots. But you can pick your time frames on how we were doing in ClickFuel for what duration you want your segments to be shown up in, or what duration you want your reports to be pulled in. And it's going to be more, I think, a simpler format. This is kind of an example of what social advertising will look like. You're going to have your reach there, your clicks and impressions, click-through rates. And I believe we've got some of these back already that are actually coming in. I've been asking for manual reports, and some of the accounts that we've been having have been our account managers have been giving us screenshots of the new dashboard. So I'm assuming it's up, but it's just not rolled out fully yet. So I think down here underneath campaign summary, it's going to have the page likes down here. It's going to have an overview on the top with these boxes, but underneath the campaign summary is going to be breaking down more, with actions, page likes, offer claims, website conversions. So there's a little bit more robust functionality in this apparently than the original ClickFuel. Here's another one from email. Shows you the sent, opens, clicks, click-through rates. So when we get this, we'll definitely go and have a digital coat to paint just on the new reporting dashboard that comes out next week, so we can get more antiquated with this new platform. Scott said before, we're going to talk quickly about Geo Fencing. This is really a brand new product, that was rolled out, I think, about a month and a half ago, but still there's really not a lot of information. Currently there is no one that I know of, and I've been reaching out to a lot of people within the state. There's no one currently that's running a Geo Fencing campaign right now. I know that, and McLean and Tina Wajula, they've been doing some testing, and they've been doing some initial launches of this in their markets. But as far as Michigan's concerned, I've talked to Lonnie, I've talked to Nick, and all these people. They have not implemented one yet. So if we could get one on here for our team, that would speak, that would be a huge win for us. And I think that moving forward, I think that Geo Fencing is going to be a very attractive product if it works the way that we've been getting the material, the way that I'm assuming, the way that that we've been getting the information from from our current directors that we've been getting information from. But just really quickly, to give an overview and without getting too complicated, we can target certain addresses within a physical location. And what happens is that when you walk into a certain fenced off area, let's give you the example like a shopping mall, or let's say a certain store within a shopping mall, that certain area will be literally, it will have an invisible sort of fence. So when anybody walks into that particular store, they will be served up an ad if they're on an app, if they're on an MDOT site, and they will have an ad. It could be an ad about that store that they walk in, or it could be maybe an ad from a similar store that could be that store's competitor. And so we can target multiple locations, we can target multiple competitors, and so when somebody enters that location, they will get an ad based on their geo proximity with their latitude and longitude, because your phone has a built-in GPS device. So essentially, without making this too complicated, how I think everyone understands how site retargeting works. I liken this to, it is more of a physical retargeting approach and it comes on your mobile devices only. So, in site retargeting, when you visit a website and you leave, you are retargeted by, ads that, since you visited that site, and you're retargeted by those ads. Well, when you walk into a particular physical location, you are then retargeted, and you can actually leave the location, and within 30 days you will still get ads served up because you visited that location. So it comes in by frequency also. So you visit a location, you leave that location, and based on how many times you want that particular prospect to be to have seen your client's advertisements, they can actually come up within that 30-day period. Now, after 30 days, the frequency drops off unless they re-enter the fenced-in area. So it's a really interesting concept, and I think when we get more information about this, it can be extremely powerful. So the inventory is going to be largely app inventory. There's beta testing, like I said, in select markets. We're going to have ordering instructions. There's going to be forms out there. There's going to be a geofence form where you actually put in physical addresses. When we during search retargeting, how we put in a URL, we're actually going to be putting in physical addresses that we want to target. And we're going to have a certain, fenced-in area for that location. An enhanced audience booking form and order hub that will be coming soon. But the base CPM is $17. So here are the ad sizes we're going to have on apps, and then MDOT sites is going to be the 320 by 50, 300 by 250, 120 by 20, 168 by 28, 21, or 216 by 26, 480 by 48. So again, that base CPM is $17, and then the retargeting is going to be also built into the program. So we're gonna when we get more information about this, we are going to, I believe we're going to test one of these out real soon. We have a prospect that we'd like to test this out with, who's doing search retargeting, and they're open to geofencing. So once we start paving the way, we're going to have to do the same thing that we did with search retargeting and kind of pave our own path to understand this, because currently right now there is no one in the state of Michigan who's actually sold one of these, and I know that there's only select markets that are beta testing this, but I think that we have a really good prospect in mind, and that we can start paving our own way and how to actually implement this logistically, and we'll give you more information on how to do that. But again, the additional features, let's go over them real quick, as will show up on apps and MDOT sites. You can retarget it at a minimum of 6 miles for each location. You can retarget ads after someone has stepped out of the fenced area for a period of 30 days. Frequency to retarget can be added into the budget, and you can target competitors. So we'll just get more information on that. There was a special phone call that we had set up with Tina Wajla. All the digital specialists, there was the digital specialist from Port Huron that was on that call, and then some of them from Lansing with that call with Tina, and it's available on our Digital Coats of Paint YouTube channel. So I had a recording, and you can look that up, and there's a lot of good information. Just feel if you have anyone who might be interested, if you're talking to a prospect about geofencing and kind of the benefits and features that I just had mentioned, and they seem interested, I would highly recommend that you go into that recording of that call that I had with Tina, and there's a lot more information, and she breaks down. She answered a lot of questions that we had, and it's just a really good call that we had on there. So feel free to check that out if you have any time. We're going to have additional geofencing decks will be available, sent out after this presentation that we also got from Tina. It just gives an overview. It shows conceptually how the program works, and then who it might work for. It breaks down a little bit of the features and benefits a little bit more. So we'll give you those decks after this presentation. And then I'm going to hopefully have one sheets for both geofencing and the social media updates should be available next week. So, once I get those completed, I'll give the layout to Scott, and then Scott and Choya, and then they can build out those one sheets and have it set up for the Livingston team or for all of our teams, and have the appropriate information for each rep. And then also the USCP link from the Ask the Experts for the updates discussed on Monday, and the things that we're going over today. There's a link at the bottom here, so we can. So feel free to look over that, and you can review all of the information that we were talking about, and getting a lot of this information from that recording. So with that, we're going to kind of open up to question and Q&A, and if anybody has any comments or questions, feel free to speak up at this point. Any questions?
Yeah, I don't see anything coming through, Brett. Just a reminder, everybody, too, that Monday, there's an Ask the Expert session this Monday, the 12th, and it is going to be covering the new dashboard. So the information we showed you earlier on that slide for the dashboard, they're going to go into some more in-depth conversation on Monday.
Yeah, and we'll probably just dedicate a Digital Coats of Paint for just the new dashboard when it's available. Yep. We'll kind of walk you through everything. So if no one has any questions at this point, then I guess we can wrap up. Like I said, we will get more information about geofencing. I really think that it could be a very powerful product, just as our retargetings that's been going out. So I believe that we will be testing one here shortly, probably within the next month or two. So we will be giving you more information on that, and giving you those decks after this presentation.
Well, thanks everyone again for joining us, and if there are no questions, I don't see anything coming up on the conversation board here, Brett, so I think we can wrap things up.
Okay. All right, well,
all right, everybody.
Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.